Welcome to Design to Help Your Business Grow. I'm your host, Randy Lynn Johnson. Each episode will bring tips and insight into how to make sure your interiors are working for you and growing your business. In the realm of interior design for commercial spaces, there's an unseen, critical component that's often overlooked: life safety. It's far-reaching as it concerns the well-being of those who work, shop, or interact in designed environments. Traditionally, discussions about commercial interior design revolve more around aesthetics and functionality. But we have to start bringing life safety into the forefront of conversation of design decisions.
Yes, it's true. Life safety is a huge piece of the spaces that we enjoy every day, but probably don't give 2 seconds of thought to. And it's true that most of the time, people that think about interiors, or I would say it this way, most of the time when people think about interior design, that's not what they're thinking about. Mm-hmm. They think about the pretty things and the look and the color and the feel, but they're not thinking about the fact that real interior designers, licensed designers have to understand life safety. It's part of what we are educated on. And if we are licensed, it's what we took a board exam for, is to make sure that we knew how to design spaces that are safe for those who use them.
Yeah. So we spend a lot of time in commercial spaces, mm-hmm. whether it's corporate headquarters or retail spaces, healthcare environments, all of it.
All of it.
And we have to make sure that it's carefully structured.
Right.
So that everyone is safe.
Especially, this is all about emergencies, right? So if there's a fire, how do we get out? And which way did the doors swing? And, everything from, we work with the MEP engineers, and they have their own set of standards that they work inside of for meeting these requirements. But for us, it's about, making sure those spaces, that we're putting the right things in those spaces.
Can you tell me what MEP is?
MEP stands for Mechanical, Electrical, and Plumbing Engineers. So those guys have their own piece of the puzzle. Mm-hmm. Architects have a huge piece of the puzzle. And then designers, because we're often designing the interiors of spaces where an architect may not be needed or isn't called on yet to speak into that. And it has everything to do from, the width of a hallway, if it's a dead-end corridor, what the walls are made of, what the doors are made of, their fire rating. There's just a laundry list of that kind of information that we have to know and bring to the table when we're designing a space in order for it to comply.
Yeah. So smart. It's so much more. I'm really glad we're having these conversations, because for me, who is not a designer, I think like interior design, like your work looks so pretty. Like I'm, looking at the aesthetic, but I recognize the more that I work here and talk with you, that it is so much more involved.
Mm-hmm. And I think something is, I think there's so many misnomers associated with interior design now. If you've heard the terminology interior architect, our industry is having to find new ways to label what we do, because God bless them, HGTV has done such a great job of putting on shows, and so many people are called interior designers who don't have any licensing, have not even had education in interior design. Therefore, they have no knowledge of life safety and wouldn't be able to, really inform that part of the project. But they get to label themselves that. And that's why you see things now coming on like interior architect, because they're trying to find some delineation from who has been licensed to understand this and who is just really good at putting pretty things together. Mm. And, for someone who got the education, took the board exams, I like, people knowing the difference between the two.
Sure. Yeah. You worked hard for that. Can you tell me and the rest of the listeners what NCIDQ
I'm sorry. Yes.
That's okay.
I forget. I use letters all the time that mean something to me and not anything to anyone else. The National Certification for Interior Design Qualifications.
Okay.
So it's the fancy letters that go after our names when we've taken that test. And it is too many of them. My husband used to think it was the North Carolina International Dairy Queen.
Awesome. Maybe it is in some places. Maybe it is. That's great.
Anyways.
In an increasingly competitive competitive market, the merits of using interior design as a strategic growth tool can make all the difference in not just surviving, but thriving.
Hasley Commercial Interiors, designed to help your business grow.